our weekly LinkedIn Live where we share actionable advice to help you find a career that makes you come alive. Super excited to be here with you, Anna, and talk
Me
about
too.
networking today.
Yes, yes. Welcome, everyone. We're very happy that you are here today. And you're going to hear a little bit about our story in a few minutes. So, yeah, I just want to start by saying that hi, I'm Anna, and a Gainer. I'm a bilingual career strategist and certified HR professional. I help you become your chief career officer. And I'm originally from Brazil, but I've been to the US for many years. And I'm joining you all from North Carolina. If you hear any storms in the background, I apologize because we have some storms happening at the moment. That's the reason why I'm using this headset. So, Teresa, go ahead.
I'm hoping you're gonna stay safe throughout the storm, but yeah, don't worry if there's any background noises. We know where it's coming from. I love, hi Nicole, hi Phil, so great to see you. Thank you for joining us. I'm Teresa, and you know how there's so many people that are stuck in frustrating and unfulfilling jobs. And that's my passion. I help guide them to find what it is they're meant to do and empower them to find a fulfilling career. Because I really believe that everyone can find a career that is meaningful and where they feel like they come alive and they feel like it is something that is they're meant to do. I'm originally from Germany, but have been living in the US for the last 13 years. I am so lucky to be calling Hawaii my home. It's a beautiful place here, and I'm enjoying the sunshine and my nice garden views every day. So super lucky. Would love if everyone who's joining in says hi as well and let us know where you're listening in from. And to start off today, hi Julie, great to see you.
Yeah.
We will be talking about networking today. There were actually two very false assumptions that I used to have about networking. So when I think back to my own story 10 years ago and what someone would talk to me about networking, what I would think is, oh, this is like really awkward. It's transactional. Am I supposed to ask for favors? Or should I call everyone that I know and ask them for a job? And I'm kind of feel like I'm going to be a pest and I'm pushy. And all these negative emotions and connotations I had around networking. So that was one wrong assumption that I used to have. The other assumption that I had, I was like, well, if I'm competent and I'm qualified, I don't need to do network. I just do my job, and obviously everyone will see that I'm doing a great job. And if I need a new position, then I'm just going to apply for it because I'm doing a good job. I will get a new position, but I don't need to network. Another really wrong assumption I used to have, because that's not the reality. Most people land jobs through connections. There's different statistics out there. Some people say up to 85% of jobs are landed through networking and referrals. I'm not sure if that is the correct number, since there's so many different numbers out there. But what is for sure is that the majority of jobs are landed through connections. But it's not the fake transactional connections that I thought networking is. What it really is, it's building mutually beneficial relationships. It's connecting with people that inspire you, that you want to learn from, who do the kind of work that you really want to be doing, and building a genuine professional friendship. And that's something that's really amazing. And I think LinkedIn is an amazing platform to do that. And that's how Anna and I met. And I know, Anna, do you want to share our story of how we met through networking?
Yeah. So, I like to call this like digital networking. And I love to build connections with people. There, some people, lots of other coaches that I build connections. And again, I don't see people as competitions. We're all learning with and from each other. That's kind of how I see this whole space, right? So Teresa and I, we met about a year ago through a LinkedIn program. It was like a course, and I admired her website. I started like commenting on her posts because I thought they were awesome. And I was still kind of very new to the whole space. And I wasn't posting as much. So this year I started posting regularly, like almost every day. And I started engaging more with her posts. And we start like organically supporting each other. It was very like, okay, I really like what she posted today. And I would go and leave a nice comment, and just kind of engage with her. And then in April, and if you go to my profile today, I wrote about, dates and everything, how we met each other. But in April, Teresa suggested a coffee chat, and it was supposed to be 1 hour. We ended up speaking for like an hour and a half, and it was just like right away, like we clicked. And we had so many things in common besides both being bilingual and from different countries, landing in the US. There are many other things that, we love to dance, and there are a lot of different things that we liked. So we really connected. There was that human connection, even though we were not physically present, right? We connected through, lots of different things. It wasn't just the puzzling thing were great, and the whole like career thing. She taught me so many things in just one call that I was just amazed. And in June, she reached out to me, and I know she mentioned she was hesitant to do it. And she asked, "Do you want to do a live event?" And at first we didn't really know. Maybe it was going to be just one, maybe a couple. And right away I say, "Yes, let's do this." And I was super excited because it's hard sometimes to get into certain spaces, and the fact that she opened that door for me was amazing. I was thrilled. And then we had a couple of conversations, and then on July 7th, that was our first career live event. And since then we meet twice a week, and it's just been amazing. And what I want the takeaway to be here is, not everybody you're going to meet here on LinkedIn is going to become your friend, or maybe you're going to exchange a couple emails or support the person. But the goal is, it's about connecting with another human being and support them. Start with the idea of support. That's a word that I love, and a way that I like to help people is providing support. And then if the relationship develops, that's amazing, right? Because that's the goal for me. Networking is about building a connection with another person. It can be just a professional connection, but it can also become a friendship, like it happened to us, right? Like we really like. And she's my coach, by the way, and I recommend her to the entire world because she's amazing. And every time we're on these calls, I can see her coming alive, because I know today she's doing what she was meant to do. And that's what she does. She helps other women to do the exact same thing, find a career that makes you come alive. And I know she's doing that for me, so I can talk from experience. So yeah, I just the takeaway is just like, try to build connections with people. You may reach out, maybe they're not going to reply to your message, or they may reply and then don't reply anymore, and that's okay, right? Go with a positive mindset. I'm reaching out to this person, and in hopes that we can build a conversation. Maybe you first reach out and you ask one question, and then you start building the conversation. Or you first start supporting people by commenting on their posts, or going to their profile, leaving them like nice messages and things like that, before you ask for anything. Honestly, I see the digital networking more as, like I said, a connection rather than an ask, like go straight, because I get too many straight asks in my inbox, and I don't even know, like I never even interacted with that person. And most of the time it's like sales, right? Like asking you, like pitching, and these different things. And I feel like that's not networking. It's more like trying to learn about the other person, be interested, because humans like to talk about themselves. So have that genuine interest in learning about the other person. And if a professional relationship or a friendship blossoms, that's awesome. And we are very far away from each other, and our time zone's like 6 hours. She's 6 hours behind, but still we make it work because we care about each other, right? So that's what I wanted to say. If you want to read more, just go to my post today.
Thanks so much for sharing that, Anna. And I'm so thankful that we met here on LinkedIn. It's been amazing how we, just from commenting on each other's posts, how much out of this has blossomed. And so grateful to be doing these lives with you, and support you as a coach. So thank you for sharing that. And yes, what Anna said is so important. Is it really the key of networking is to be genuine. If there's any time there's a connection that doesn't feel genuine, or you're reaching out for someone to ask something, it's unlikely that something really blossoms from it. But if you come from a very genuine place and say, you do what I want to be doing, and I'm really interested in what you're doing, I want to connect with you, I want to learn from you, that's when networking is going to be successful. If you right away say like, hey, I'm connecting with you because I want to ask you for a job, people are turned off. That usually doesn't land in a successful way. One thing that I want to add about networking is how important it is to have clarity, because there are so many people on LinkedIn. I don't know how many users LinkedIn currently has. It goes up every year, but there's hundreds of thousands of people on LinkedIn. And if you are trying to move up in your career or looking for a new career, you have to be pretty clear with who do you want to connect with in order to be networking, for networking to be successful, because just connecting with random people is not going to get you there. So the first step that you really have to take is, the first thing is, where do you want to go next in your career? What are your target companies? What positions are you targeting? And then really focus in on these type of companies and these type of roles. The other thing is, you need to clearly communicate who you are. So be able to say when you have a networking conversation, who are you? What makes you unique? What makes you different from other people? Have a good tell me about yourself answer. And then I were just saying that we're going to actually do another career live specifically on tell me about yourself. So that's going to come up. But being able to say who you are and where you want to go. And then when you connect with someone, it's really important that you also clearly communicate that to the other person, because people in your network, they might want to help you. But if you can't tell them where you want to be going, how are they going to help you get there?
Yes.
So
Yes.
start by getting clarity on where you want to go. And that is another piece that will make networking successful for you.
Yes, yes. I want to talk about labels, but first I just want to hear from everyone. What does networking means to you? Like, can you like in a few words drop in the comments? I was talking about digital networking, but of course, there's the traditional, as I like to call it, old school style networking. As Teresa was saying, that can be scary for many people, especially for introverts. And I'm an introvert, and I
Me
believe you
too.
are too, right?
Yes.
And yeah, those events for me they were really tough and draining. And in the beginning, when I first came to the US, it was really hard because people would make fun of my accent, make fun of my country, and say things here and there that were not pleasant to hear. And many other situations that I never felt like even like I fit in, right? We're not even talking about belonging. It's just kind of fitting in into those kind of events, right? So yeah, drop in the comments what networking means, and if you have any sort of experience that you want to talk about, on LinkedIn or outside of LinkedIn, feel free to write in the comments for us. So now I want to talk about labels. I wrote a post this week about this. The difference with digital networking is, let's say LinkedIn, you are networking on LinkedIn. You can write your entire profile, especially that about section, and that's going to be, it's beyond your business card, right? Because it doesn't just have your job title. It has like who you are, what you do, how can you help people. And sometimes I know some people like to put fun facts about them. I know like we're both like, we love to dance. So this is something that we always talk about and write about, like in our profiles. I know Teresa has fun facts about her and her website. So it's just like you get to tell people who you are, what to do. So there's that label. You can create that label for yourself before anyone like even says hi to you. So before they reach out, they can like, already go there and read like what you are about, right? So this is something that I really like about digital networking, because in many of the traditional networking events, it's basically like the name tag, right? Hello, my name is, and then an exchange. I mean, it used to be an exchange of business cards, right? And 5-minute conversations, and mostly super corporate business related. Let's be honest and real here. And but I feel like on LinkedIn, you really get to know people on a different level. Yeah, it's still, a professional platform, but a lot of people like post about struggles or post about their job search, how's that going? And eh, eh, so I think there's more humanity, I want to say, in digital networking sometimes than the traditional kind, because again, people, I mean, even the posts, like if you were a person who likes to post on LinkedIn, you are a content creator, people can start getting to know you through your posts, what you are about, what you write about. Or if you're not a creator and you go and you comment on posts, yeah, that show up, people's comments show up in my feed all the time, right? So it's just like you get to teach people who you are before they even say hello to you. So it's something that I really love about digital networking. And I have met, like I said before, so many people, so many incredible people. And there's some people here in the comments that I know I'm gonna meet soon. And it's just super exciting because I would have never probably met Teresa if it
Yeah.
wasn't for LinkedIn, and it's just, or any of, some of these, the people in the comments, like I know I've already met some of them, and I would never met, that it wouldn't have happened if it wasn't for the power of LinkedIn, right? So don't wait for people to label you. Write your own label. That's the takeaway.
I love that. And LinkedIn is really a great place to do it because like when someone has a well-written profile that really shows who they are, again, your personal brand, being very clear about where you want to go. But you can see if someone has a clearly written profile, you get a sense of who they are. And I hear that a lot from clients that someone reached out to them because, oh my God, they read their about section and they really wanted to get to know them.
Mhm.
So that's the beauty of, yes, this gives you a platform to put out who you are in your words, and you get to set that for yourself.
Mhm.
And I want to pull in these wonderful comments here in the chat,
Yes, thank you so much.
building those.
Mia, hi
Yeah.
Mia.
Hi.
I'm
Building
meeting her
those,
soon.
oh. Building those connections that show you actually care and are interested. Yes, 100%. Couldn't agree more.
Yeah, there's Nicole. Hi Nicole, thank you for being here.
Yes. I used to I used to feel just the same about networking. Now I look at it as relationship and connection building. Yes.
Yes,
Thank you so much for dropping those into the chat.
yes, and we also have Melissa, Hope, and I already say hello to Julie, Phil. That's awesome. Thank you. We appreciate the comments.
Yes, we so do. And so now the next thing I want to share with you is because a lot of times when I talk to people or work with clients, when you start about, okay, how do we start networking? The first fear or the first concern that often comes up is like, what do I say? Like, how do I connect with a stranger or maybe even someone I know without coming across like the wrong way? And I always say, like, we never ask for a job, we always ask for advice because that's and only connect with people you genuinely want to connect with. But still, it's like, okay, what do I say when I reach out to a stranger? So I'm gonna share my screen here and share a couple of templates. Um, there we go. That can help you on what to find, what to say. So first of all, you need to find people on LinkedIn who do what you want to be doing, people who you want to learn from. So if you want to be a program manager, you're gonna look for program managers at the companies that you want to be working at. And those are the people who can share the best insights with you. And then you send them a connection request and always add a personal note to your connection request. And here are some examples of what you can write. Hi, I came across your profile and I'm genuinely impressed by your career path, especially something that you found on their profile and your passion for the fashion industry, for example. Something I too am passionate about. I'd love to connect and learn more about the trends you see in your industry. Or you can write, hi, I found your profile when searching for leaders in the tech industry. Given you've been working in this field for 7 years, I was hoping we could connect. I'd love to learn more about the trends you see in the tech industry. Wishing you a great day. Or here, a last one is when you see someone who wrote a comment or a post that you really that resonated with you, that you found interesting, you can say, hi, I came across a LinkedIn post you wrote on whatever topic. I resonated with your thoughts on how whatever they wrote. I'd love to keep in touch and learn more about your work. Thank you. So those are some examples of how you can reach out to people in a very genuine way and immediately make a connection. Also, another example I'm going to show you is if you want to ask someone for an informational interview, here's a template that you can use. Hi, and of course, that's a little bit of a bigger ask. So I recommend to first actually build a relationship. Unless you're in a situation where you really want to apply for this position that just opened up and you're trying to get a quick informational interview, you can start by introducing yourself and say, hi, my name is Theresa, and I went to the same school as you, for example, would be a common ground. And I came across your info when I searched for this company on LinkedIn. I would love to tap into your expertise in the edtech industry. Would you have 20 minutes to talk via Zoom so I can ask you about your experience and how you got to where you are today? I realize this may be a busy time for you, so if you're unable to connect this week, I'll try again next week to see if that's more convenient. Thank you for your time. So we're very respectful of their time. We're coming from a genuine place. We want to learn from them. Again, we're not asking for a job, but we're asking for 20 minutes of their time to learn more about how they got to where they are today. And then if you are submitting an online application, you always want to follow up, ideally with the hiring managers. So let's say you applied for a position online. Right after submitting that application, go to LinkedIn and find the hiring manager. And sometimes you have to really search for it. Sometimes you might just find a recruiter, which is also a good option. Not as good as the hiring manager, because they're the one who will make a hiring decision, but recruiter works too. But if you can't find the hiring manager, and sometimes if there's a lot of people at a company and you can't figure out who it is, pick someone who could be, send them a nice message, and just ask if they can point you in the right direction because you would like to connect with whoever is on the team that's hiring for this position. And if you figured out who it could be, send them a message. Hey, great to meet you. I just applied to position title at company, and I wanted to let you know how interested I am in the position. And then add a specific accomplishment that's relevant. And then you share that you're particularly excited about the company because what's the reason that you're applying there? So please look out for my application and let me know if you'd like to chat. And then best your name. That is super important because you never want to rely on the ATS, the applicant tracking system, to get your application to the top of the stack. But if you send a personal message with it and you actually spend the time to research them, find out who is hiring for it, and make that personal connection, they are very likely to look at your application. And that's how you make sure that your application actually gets seen by a human and doesn't add in the rejected pile. So those are the templates I wanted to share with you today. If you want to actually write them down, you can rewatch the video that is available on LinkedIn after the event ends. And then you can pause at the time that I shared those templates and then you can copy them.
Yeah. I mean, I just want to add one thing here. If you are asking somebody for 20 minutes of their time, make sure that you keep at 20 minutes. Like, if they want to keep going, it's okay. Maybe keep going 5, 10 minutes more, and that's okay. But like, don't turn 20 minutes into 2 hours, because you want to build a relationship. So you want to be respect. This is something that Teresa knows. I always do, like with her when we were going over, like we set a time to talk. If she said, no, I'm free, let's talk for 10 more minutes, we're gonna do this, right? But it's just because it's, if you were like meeting somebody for the first time, it's always good to keep at the time that you ask, just because you want to make sure that if you really like the person, you want to continue the relationship, the next time you can schedule another Zoom call, right? That's the goal, right? To always kind of continue to build that relationship. I know, because this is how this happened. So yeah, I just wanna put that out there. So now we're ready to take questions. Does anybody have any questions? We have more great comments here. Hi
Yeah.
to the both. How to both Melissa's here. Melissa Figueroa, hi.
Mm.
Melissa Hoskins, hi.
Thank you, Melissa. I
Thank you. I love that you're gonna make me cry.
know.
Oh, I love it. Thank you.
Thank you. And thank you, Nicole, too. I'm glad they were
Yeah.
helpful, the templates.
Yeah, that's why we're here. We want to make sure that these live events that last around 20 minutes, we're going over today, that you get something out of it, right? It's short because we want to make it short and straight to the point. But throughout the week, we always post things related to the live event. So if you go to my profile, you're likely gonna see posts about networking. Same with Teresa. So yeah, we want to keep it short and sweet, and you'll be able to watch it again and ask questions if you want to. Always feel free to reach out to us if you have any questions, or if you didn't want to, ask a question during the live event. That's totally fine too. So yeah, if anybody have any questions, let us know. We're happy to answer them.
Yes. And one last thing I wanted to add is when you network, of course, not everyone's going to respond to you. And I think Anna already touched on that. So it's always important to keep in mind that it's to not take it personal, which can be hard. I tend to take things personal too, so I can relate to that. But it really often is not. And I think this happened to everyone, that you have a busy day and you get a lot of emails. You need to prioritize which ones you need to get reply back to, and the rest just goes down and down and further down in your inbox. And then a week later, you're like, oh no, I forgot to respond to this person. And that's a reality that it happens to all of us. And it's never a conscious decision of like, no, I don't want to talk to her. I don't want to respond to the message. It's just people get busy. Things come up. Maybe that person is out taking a personal day. Maybe that person is out of the office this week, or they have a
Mhm.
super important deadline due in 3 days
Yeah.
from now that they just need to put all the energy and effort into it. And it's okay to follow up. So 3 to 5 days after you reached out, if you don't hear back, go back and follow up. Because chances are it's not because they don't want to talk to you, it's because they got
Mhm.
busy, or maybe they haven't checked LinkedIn in a week. I mean, not everyone does keep checking LinkedIn all the time like us.
Yes.
So that is another important part to keep in mind when you network. And if someone doesn't respond, that's okay. You try someone else.
Yes, just keep in mind, like keep the positivity going. Like if you didn't hear from somebody, try somebody else. But don't, yeah, maybe take 5 minutes to just kind of feel a little sad that you wish somebody replied to you. But keep going,
Yes.
because that's what's going to build this kind of relationship, right? You can't, I wrote this week. Not everybody you're gonna meet will become a friend, and it's okay, right? Not everybody's going to become a job referral. Not everybody's going to become an email exchange, right? And that's okay. What you have to do is just keep going. That's how digital networking, traditional networking, that's how this whole thing about building connections with people takes time. Relationship building takes time. So just keep going. So yeah, I just want to say hello. Hi, Sonia. Hi, Julie. I love that message too. Yeah. Can you pull that comment, Teresa, from
For
Julie?
Julian?
Yeah.
Yes, of course.
Device insights. It's harder to get specific advice when needing clarity role industry. Yeah.
And building relationships can also help you in the process of getting clarity. Of course, you need to first do the work on yourself to really find what it is that you really want to be doing. And that's a process I take my clients through, is we first figure out what are all the ingredients that make them them and make them unique, and what do they need in their career. And then we figure out, okay, what is the career that matches who they are. But the third step is to talk to people who actually do that type of work, because unless you actually go out there and talk to people who do what you think you want to be doing, you don't know if this is going to be the right fit for you.
Mm-hmm.
So networking can be a really big piece of gaining clarity on what you really want to be doing. Because sometimes we have an idea in our head of what a position looks like, and we talk to someone, and then it turns out to be something completely different in their day to day.
Yeah.
So yes, I love that comment. Thank you, Julie.
Yeah, and I have something to add. I mean, I know we're on the top of the hour here. I've done this myself. Like, there were many things because I'm a multi-passionate person. I want to do 1 million different things. That's why she's my coach now. She's helping me to narrow things down. But what I would say is a job in a, varies so much inside an industry, right? An administrative assistant for a big company is going to do things completely different because there are more administrative assistants, or maybe she is even doing the work of an executive assistant, right? But in a small company, she may be supporting 10 different people. You know what I mean? So it's very different. The same work in large, companies, small companies, different industries even, right? So that's why it's important to talk to as many people as possible, because what can happen is you really want a job, but then you speak to one person and that person really brings you down because they all say all bad things about that profession, right? But then you speak with, I don't know, 5, 10 different people, and they really love what they're doing, and they give you that fuel that you need to really like go for a different career, right? So don't talk to just a couple people. Make sure that you're talking to a good amount of people from different industries and learning more about what they're doing. And like Teresa said, that can help you, find the clarity that you need to make a move.
Yes.
So
And
yeah.
what Anna said, like, you can also find out, do you prefer a small company where you wear a lot of hats? Is that you? Do you love the multitasking startup world, for example? Or are you more drawn towards a large organization with very established and well defined roles? So, those are things that you might not even think about in the beginning of a job search or career change, but it's really important to hear from people doing the work what it is that speaks to you and what you're drawn to. All right. Well, we'll wrap it up here. It was wonderful to talk to all of you and share everything that we know, or some pieces that we know about networking. I think we could keep going for another hour if we wanted to, because there's so much to
Mhm.
share. As I said, for the templates, if you can rewatch the live, but if you just want the templates in a written form, you can just reach out to me and send me a DM, and I'll just send them to you. That might be easier. If you have any questions at all, you can always reach out to me or Anna. We are always happy to answer questions in DMs, or if you comment on our posts. And please make sure that you connect with both of us and send us a message to say hi. And then we'll be live again next Thursday. Thank you. And next Thursday, we will talk about tell me about yourself, right, Anna?
Yes.
Yes?
Yes. That is the interview question that can lead to, that can make or break the whole interview. And we're gonna explain more about it next week.
So,
Thursdays, 4:30 p.m. Eastern, and whatever the other time zones, same
yes.
time, we're gonna be here again. Okay. Thank you so
Okay, thank you
much.
so much for joining in today. We'll see you next week.
Yes.